Hey everybody, it's Sandy Bacus back again for another video. This is video number 17 or FLOSSTUBE number 17, and it's Friday afternoon, January 26, 2018. I usually record first thing in the morning, but we had to take Boots, one of our cats, to the vet today for his annual checkup and shots, and he did really well, and he is doing really well. He's gained a couple of pounds over the last year, so that's great. Want to welcome everybody back. If you're a new subscriber, glad to have you, and welcome back to everybody who has been here before. It's been just over, now look at my paper here, because you know how I am lost without my paper and my notes. It's been just over 6 months since I started doing these videos. And so I thought, gee, I wonder what's changed in 6 months. So I went back and I watched my first 2 videos. And boy, I'll say a lot's changed. I think from watching all the FLOSSTUBE and everything, it has really changed my attitude about new starts. Back in one of my first videos, I said something about not wanting to have too many things going at the same time because it made me anxious. Well, doesn't make me anxious anymore. I just stitch away, and if I feel like having a new start, I'm going to have a new start. So not worrying about that anymore. Let's see, what else? Okay, finishes. I was a finishing fool this week. Actually, it's because I had several things that were so close to being finished, and that's why I had so many finishes. So today we're going to talk about those finishes and my whips and some new charts that I got, and then all of the regular things that we usually do. So let's start with those finishes. One of my finishes was my outhouse side by side, and this is from Stony Creek's Outhouse Collection, and it was done on 14 count green Aida, and there it is. Totally done, and I hope that's in the frame. The only way I can tell is by really peeking in here. And those outhouses is the third one that I've done from that collection, and I really enjoyed each one of them. But I think I'm kind of outhoused out now. So what I'm going to do is I am going to not do any more for a while. I'm going to go ahead and get these 3 that I have framed up and get them hung up in my bathroom. Not sure just yet when I'm going to do that, but I do plan to do that instead of starting another outhouse. So that was the first one. And then my second one was the little bear, and he was done on 14 count ivory Aida, and I think I said last week he was deceptively difficult, but I did manage to get all that back stitching done and all those fractionals done. And so I think what I'm going to do with him is I'm going to just put him in a little wooden hoop, cross stitch hoop. And he is a gift, so I'm going to get him ready to go here this week. And then my last finish, and I've been working on this one for most of 2017, and it is Springtime by Sue Hillis. And this one, I think I started this like last April, and this is done on 14 count Chalice Aida. I think it's from Picture This Plus. I had originally started this on the 28 count Chalice Aida. I'd never worked on any higher count than 14 at the time, and I thought, well, I would try the 28, but with my vision issues, I couldn't do the 28. So I gave that fabric away in a giveaway quite a while ago. But this is all done, ready to get framed up or whatever it is I decide to do. I've got several up there. I have to start pulling them out of that box and FFOing them. So I think, this month my push was on finishing some things, and I think next month I think my push is going to be on FFOing some things. So there was that. Then I had, because I worked so much on all of those, and it was mostly backstitching on all of those, I did put a couple of strands into Paula Vaughn's Spring Garden Spot, but not enough to really even bring it out and show it to you. I'll wait till I get some more done on that. And then I did work a little bit on, I'll reach over here and get it, a little bit on my Home Sweet Home Design Works kit. And not a lot because, you know, like I said, I was working so much on those, and I'm not even going to take it out of the hoop, but there's a little bit there. I mean, you can see there's a few stitches in there. So there's that one. And then also, remember we had been talking about Japanese garden and what I was going to do about the fabric. Well, I had said I was going up there and I was crunching it all into a ball and kind of manhandling it to see if I could loosen it up. Well, that actually worked. And when I went up there finally to bring it down and work on it, the fabric was actually less stiff than this Aida right here, and I worked on this just fine. So, because I'm used to it. So, I got it out, and I've just put a little bit of, just a few stitches in it, but here, Japanese garden. And I was working on this morning, so it's still, it's in the hoop here. And this is that it's 16 count light blue Aida, and but I can fold it now before I can roll it up. Before I couldn't even crunch this stuff up to gather the material, so now that's a lot better. So I've added quite a bit, filled in around here, and so I'll keep working on that. It's a big project. It's going to take me quite a while before I have any really noticeable progress. Okay, now, last time, and I've also been working on my crochet for the infinity scarf, and I'm not going to dig that out, but I've gotten some more on that. I'll wait until it really looks like something. All right, last week I told you that I had ordered some charts from of Victorian houses from 123 Stitch, and I showed you this one, and I also showed you this one, and I said there was 2 on back order. Well, I got them, and this, and I'm gonna just kind of look at the little card in there because I'm not going to take it all the way. I'll try to just get it so that it's not too glary, but there's one of them. This one is the Starrett House, and then here is the next one. And this one is the Country Victorian Cottage. So I saw somebody, I think it was on Instagram, just started Victorian by, what is her name, Nancy? Is it Nancy Spruance? Yes, Nancy Spruance. And it looked really good, so it was kind of like, oh, I want to start one, but I've got other stuff up there ready to start that for projects that I need to get done for a reason. I'm not going to go into it now, but so I think I'll wait a little bit. Besides, I haven't even started to check on floss and fabric and all that kind of stuff, but I do have those now. Okay, next thing. Okay, I wanted to do a few shout outs I've been trying to weed through all the floss tubers that I was watching, and the people that just weren't, their videos are good, but weren't speaking to me personally. I started unsubscribing to some of those, taking them off my list, and looking for some new ones that maybe were working on the kinds of things that I really enjoy seeing. As I've said before, we're all different. Not everybody is going to like my videos and my work, and it's the same way for me when I look at other people's stuff. So first of all, I want to mention Danielle, stitcherista. She does all these tutorials all the time, and she did one on YouTube messages. I had no idea you could even send a message on YouTube, and I wonder how many other people know that. It's kind of a process to get to it, and I think it would be a little labor intensive to do it, but the ability is there, and I had no clue. So if you're interested in that, you might want to check that out. That's stitcherista. Okay. I've watched a few new people. They may not be new to FLOSSTUBE. Some of them are. I don't think any of them are actually new stitchers or anything, but their FLOSSTUBEs were interesting to me, and so I will pass them along. I will put their names or their channel names at the bottom, but I don't know how to link, so I won't have any links there. I know other people say they'll put the link below. Well, I have no clue how to do that. Ann P is one, and she is, if I'm remembering correctly, I think she's somewhat of an artist. And then Artful Stitchery, maybe she was the artist. I don't know. Some days it's lucky I remember where I live, so. Okay, so Ann P and Artful Stitchery, and then Little Yellow House Crafts, Mely Elly Stitches, Minty Stitcher, and Misty Pursell. And I'm thinking that it's Minty Stitcher who said that she just changed everything to Luminous Fiber Arts because she does multiple crafting, but I could be wrong. Oh well. All right, now I have a question for everybody. I have a chart, and it's from one of the older magazines, and what did I do with it? Oh, here it is. It doesn't call for very many pieces of floss, but it's calling for the old colors, which I'm assuming that these have been discontinued. And I looked them up online on a DMC chart to see if I could kind of figure out what the colors might be like. But as you know, when you look at stuff on the computer, it's not always the way it really is. So I'm wondering if anybody out there has that DMC booklet that shows the numbers and the colors and everything. It opens up. It's a big thing, kind of expensive. If anybody does, and you would look at these for me and tell me, give me some alternatives of floss numbers that might be close to these in color, I don't mind changing them because I really want to do this particular chart. But it was asking for number 90, 90, and when I looked it up, it looked like it might be a beigey yellowish color. The other one was 101, and that looks like it's some kind of a light green. And oh, itchy nose. 107, which looked like it was a pink, but more towards the red end rather than the really light pink. And then 113, which looked like it would be kind of a medium blue. And then the other color it called for was 783, which I have. So if if anybody could help me out there. Otherwise, I'm just going to go up and go through my flosses and pick out some colors that I think will work. But that would take me a long time, and if somebody could give me a head start, I would really appreciate it. So that's that. All right, the next thing is we have a winner of one of the charts for last week, from last week. Only one chart had any interest, and that was the Land of the Free, which was actually, I think there's 2 charts in here, and Cross My Stitches is the one who won that one. So I'm going to put my email address right in the description down below, and Cross My Stitches, if you would, because I don't think I have an address for you, if you will send me an email with your mailing address, I can get this out to you. Okay, then I didn't have any interest for any of the other ones, and as I said before, if you look at some of the older videos and saw something that you like, just let me know. And on all the old stuff, the first person who says to me, you know, I'd really like that chart, gets it. And because I want to clear these out if possible. Don't want to throw them out. I'd like to share them and let someone else, you know, have them. Okay, now I'm going to show some charts for this week. Get these things over here. Sorry. I thought my arms were longer than they actually are. Okay, the first one, this is called Victorian Sampler, and they did this on 32 count antique ivory vintage linen, and I think it has some, yep, it has some specialty stitches in it. It's very pretty. So I'll hold that up there. Get it in close. So if you're interested in this one, just tell me you'd like to stitch the Victorian Sampler. The next one is actually, what they did was they used this as a cover for a bride's journal. But, you know, everybody knows you can do whatever you dang well please with it. And it says the bridal store on the front of it. Hold it this way. So if you're interested in this one, just tell me you'd like to stitch the bridal store. And get that out. Next one. This is kind of interesting. I had never seen one like this in a magazine before. They give you the instructions for doing this both as a in pastel colors and then also in brights. So if the pastel isn't your cup of tea, then you could do it in the brights. And that's funny. It's called the Village Tea Shop. I said your cup of tea. And here it is with the bright colors. And then, well, it's here somewhere. And here's the other one. Very muted. So if you're interested in this one, just tell me you'd like to stitch the Village Tea Shop or the Tea Shop. Why type more letters if you don't have to? This next one is a very simple, design. Actually, there's 2 here, and the first one is called Here Comes the Sun. And the other one is Full Moon Rising. So if you would like to stitch these, then just say you'd like to stitch Here Comes the Sun. And one last one to show you today, and this one is really pretty. It's just kind of a sweet picture, and they did a good job at laying this out so that it's very easy to read. And it's from the Gallery collection, and it's the little girl with her dog on the swing. And the saying on there is, oh, if I can read it. It isn't what we have, but who we are that makes life worth living. I'll show you that again. It's very pretty. And if you're interested in that one, you could just say you want to stitch the Gallery collection. Okay, I think we're winding down here. Let's see. I think I'll just show you a few more of the charts that are in my magazine stash. And then I think we'll just be close to being done. So here's this one. And then here's a ruby-throated hummingbird. Very pretty. And this next one, I'm kind of, I'm not really sure, but I kept it because you never know. And this one is really cute. And this one. And the butterfly. Oh, I think that's the chart I'm showing you. There's that one. And I'm going to drop this whole thing on the floor if I'm not careful. And this just shows you part of that. I'm not going to take it all out. Well, let's get back in there. I bought some cheaper sheet protectors, and they're kind of floppy. And this one is Pastoral Scene. And then this next one is a Paula Vaughn. And this next one is a Paula Vaughn. And I think we'll stop there for today. So I just want to thank you all for coming back and visiting with me and listening to me ramble on for a while. And I hope that everybody has a really good stitching week. And if you'd like to leave a comment and let me know, are you liking these once a week videos, or do you want me to stop talking so much and just show my stitching and shut the heck up about everything else? Let me know. I'm open to suggestions. I take criticism well. So until the next time, bye.